Alright, boys and girls, this is mcbigboy, and this is my first Minecraft video, and I want to showcase my auto Cactus farm for power generation for my IC2. I want to first show you these are all the mods that I am running. So I made a wall here that kind of lists all my mods and shows the version numbers. My Industrial Craft 2 and my Extra Utilities 2 are kind of my main mods that I am using. And then I have a couple of support mods. I'm using OptiFine to actually make it so I can actually run Minecraft on this old computer that I have. My main computer died, and don't want to get into that, it's a long story. But anyway, this is my layer here that I'm actually in. Hey, it's dark outside. We better go to sleep. We don't want the mobs to come attack us. I am playing in Survivor in normal mode. Hey, look, we actually woke up. I have a bug in my system. One of my mods, I don't know which one causes it, but sometimes I don't wake up and I have to do a little hairy carry and wake up. Okay, looks like I got a little lag going on for the recording here. Okay, so let's fly around here, and I'm gonna go this direction because what I want to do here is, people, I like to give credit where credit is due. Rage Plays Games was the first video that I found on how to really make power for my machines, and he had a video on how to use Cactus to make power for your Industrial Craft 2 machines. I watched that video several times, and I took his idea and I supersized it, and this is what I came up with, people, and this is what I want to show you here. Here is the Cactus part of it here. We'll fly across the top of it here. And you can see the Cactus pop off here as they grow. They hit the fence post and then they fall down into the water here. And then the water takes them down to a central location, and then we'll go down. Now, I dig this pit out using the Industrial Craft 2 laser. And I've done all this in Survivor. Died a few times from creepers, and that's why there's all this glowstone everywhere. Spent a few days in the nether collecting glowstone. Okay, let's fly around this here a little bit so I'll show you all the machines here. And there is the upper part. And then if we go down to the lower part, there's some of the power machines there. And then there's also a lower basement part here that has machines down here as well that all makes this fine unit tick. So let me go up here and let me explain how this all works. For you that don't know how Cactus can become into fuel to make power. Well, you take your Cactus and it goes into the macerator, and the macerator takes Cactus and makes it into bioshaft, and then the bioshaft goes down here and it goes into canning units, and the canning units changes it into biomass, and then the biomass goes up into these fermenters, and fermenters takes it and makes it into biogas, and the biogas can then come down and go into the generators, and generators make power. Now, the way I have my unit set up here, I like to think of these as motors. So I think this is a 6-cylinder. I think of this as an 8-cylinder because I've got 8 units. I think of this as a little puppy as a little 4-banger. And over here's another little 4-banger. And then again, this is the 6-cylinder. and this is the big 8-cylinder. So these are my motors. These generate power. Since I've had the plant up and running now for almost 3 months now, or somewhere along those lines, 2 months, I think 2 months now, I've never run out of power. I usually have a few Cactus floating on the top. It backs up perfect, and I've never run out of power again. The reason that I have 8 motors over here is because I have a MFSU over here, which holds 40 million units, and it takes a long time to charge one of those up. And so I wanted to make sure that I had plenty of power going into making plenty of biogas in order to charge the unit up. And so the more units you have, the faster that it charges up. But I never run out of power no matter what. Now, when I originally set this up, the way I set this up was not put all these machines up here at once. What I did was I needed a little trickle of power, and so I set up 4 solar cells. I just started off with 4 cells, and what they power, and they still power today, is the macerator and the canning machines and the water pumps downstairs. So I set up I set the macerator up, 1 canning pump. I set up 1 fermenter on this side, 1 fermenter on this side, and I actually didn't even have the solid or the liquid fuel cells. What I actually had was a solid fuel cell that I was feeding coal into to actually generate the heat, to generate the gas here to begin with on one side, so that I could actually get the system primed. But once I got it primed, it runs like a champ. It's a great way to make lots and lots of fuel. Now, once I've had all this running, look at the machines that I can run here. Now this over here, and I'm going to make some separate videos for all the different equipment that I have here, but I'll go through them real fast. These are induction furnaces, and are they so cool? It does 2 stacks of whatever you want to smelt at one time. And then I have an ore washing station, doubles your ore production, or almost doubles your ore production. And then again, over here, these are just powering up power units, power cells. So you can take them off, go somewhere else and do stuff with them. I have a whole other set over here for that same purpose. And then on this wall, I'm going to make a video later today, auto diamond maker. Ooh. And then on this wall, we've got, on the opposite of this wall, I have an auto steel maker. You have to have a blast furnace. And with a blast furnace, one thing you have to do is you have to have a constant air supply. So I've hooked up a compressor here, and I've got it so that the canisters automatically recirculate through here and keep a steady supply of air. I have a canning machine here set up so you can do whatever you want with it. It's got a steady supply of water, so you can do whatever you need to do it. Got a centrifuge over here on the wall, so if you need a centrifuge, you have a centrifuge with power. We go in this power room over here, and again, I've got it set up with more of the semi-fluid generators, with more of the MFEs on the wall for a kind of a battery system. They're plumped in from the wall over there. The 6-cylinder is what supplies power over here, and I've got my voltages all set up so that they always have plenty of power over here. Now downstairs, one of the things I didn't show you yet is the fermenters. They create waste, and so it's actually supposed to be a fertilizer, but I never got it to work yet. Maybe the new version will. But what I do with them is I take them into a recycler, and then the recycler makes them into scrap, And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an auto crafter down here and have the auto crafter make them into scrap boxes so I can recover them. I also have a pipe over here that comes from here, which comes from the ore plant, or the ore washer, and I take the scrap from the ore washer and bring it over and scrap it also. I'm going to be running a pipe from getting the slag from my mind just went blank, from the steel factory, and getting the scrap from that too and bringing it over so that it can also do the same thing and dump it into the recycler so I could take the waste and recycle it. I'll do the same thing from the centrifuge because you get stone dust off of it. So I will do that so we won't be wasting all that product. Might as well turn them into scrap boxes. Well, guys, that is basically an overview of my Cactus farm. Again, I want to give thanks to Rage Plays Games because he gave me the idea for building this monster. I always have power to whatever I want. I take those MFEs off the wall. I go off with my auto miners. I'm going to do a video on auto mining here later today or tomorrow. And y'all guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.